I'm Emmy Lou, and today I'm going to show you how to do a rabbit. Now, I wanted to quickly show you something. I'm selling my greeting cards that I painted. So I painted this hare last year, I think it was like July time, and I've turned them all into greeting cards, which will soon to be sold in quite a few shops locally. So you can buy them on my website, but they're so much fun to produce. So as soon as you've done your rabbit, maybe you could produce it into a greeting card and send it to your family, friends, and whoever you decide. Okay, so all you need today, I would suggest paint, a brush, and a pencil, and some paper. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a pen, which I've forgotten. Okay, right, let's go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is decide how big you want the rabbit, and you're going to do a nice big circle. So think cookie, like it's really useful to think everything's food. Being really healthy at the moment, but everything can be a cookie at the moment. Okay, then you need an eye, so a bit like a wonky rainbow, but not. And if you can't do it like that, think about maybe a teardrop. So that's the eye. Think of it like an Oreo with an eye in it. And then you want to do any eye you like. So I quite like something like that's fine. You don't need to rub it in, you don't need to colour it in. It's all good, you don't need to colour it in. Okay, then 2 ears. Let's do the ears. So you want to start from about there, and you want to go la la la. Now they're not pointy the ears, but you want to do them so they're not quite, you don't want to be too rounded. So I'm going to do them like this. Now I've drawn it roughly out before I started, because from an angle drawing it's quite tricky. So this might give you a bit of help, hopefully, if you can maybe work out the lines. And then you want to maybe make it look 3D. So just do an extra line. And then you want to touch top of the cookie. And this one's going to be a bit shorter, a bit bobbly at the end, and then you can create the a little bit of the ear. Then, really easy, just decide on the cookie where you want to sort of do the nose. So about there's cool. And you're just going to go wee, wee, and then you're going to just go up, you can see, and then just join it up. Looks a bit like a robot now, a duck. And then this bit here, you're going to go like this. So if I've done that really, really tricky, you're going to do from the cookie, and then same line, but like a la. It's not really like a la, it's like a batch front la. And then this line there. And then just where you've got that, go. This might be tricky, but don't worry. I need my thing to rub out. So bear with, because I'm going to get my trusty rubbing outer. So what you want to rub out now is the little bit of the cookie. So rub out the cookie. Rub the cookie out. Rub it out. Oh no, I think something just fell in my studio. So that's roughly what you want. Now if the nose looks a bit strange, it's okay. You can go more to there and then rub out. So like raw. Okay, right, so you've got the basic face of the rabbit. And then you want to do a body. So start about there and you just want to go, then stop. So you could make the bottom now, so the behind of the rabbit, but if you're not quite sure, because you're like, oh, where do I put the paper? You're better off just doing a line, and then, oh man, sorry. I think the back of my rabbit looks slightly angular, but it's supposed to be more rounded, but that's fine. Then, below here, you're going to go, now you're going to kind of make a potato. Think I'm eating so many potatoes right now, and I love potatoes. So potato, think about potato. And then, if you want, you can create some eyelashes. You don't have to, but most people like to add the eyelashes. I sometimes like to do on the other side, just so you know there's another eye there. Otherwise, sometimes it looks like he's only got one eye, bless his little heart, or her heart. Okay, and then you want to do a line. Then another line. This is going to be the really cute paw. I mean, rabbit's my favourite animal, so just like that. And then If you can't do that, just think of it like this, and then do a little line. Then next to there, you're going to do da-da-dee, just a little line, and then carry on the line, and you want to do something that looks a little bit like a slice of melon. It does that. So it's a bit like, you know, one of those rulers that you've got, a bit like that. So you're going to go da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. So that's his kind of paw. And then you want to, just here, go whee. So it's kind of like his hind leg, his really big hind leg. And then go out. He's sitting on a rock, this one, so go out and then round. I mean, I'd say this is quite tricky to draw. It's probably more trickier that I drew it beforehand. I just thought it'd be a lot easier. Do you know what? I think it probably would be a lot easier if I started from scratch, as I'm telling you. But anyway, so and then round that, and then da-da-dee, and then you've got to create his lovely little bits, like his little pawry bits. Now he's on a rock, so you're just going to not draw the rock there, you're going to draw the rock inside, because it looks quite cool that he's actually on this rocky bit. But I wanted to do a bowl. So you're going to do an oval, and then 2 lines down. I'm doing this quite fast, but it's just so I can get through it all for you. And then, I think my one's going to be called Bug, because I like the name Bug. And you can do some food in it. So just a wobbly line, that's all you need to do. And to make it look like it's on a surface, you can just sort of do that, do some lines. Okay, and you could literally, if you want to make it look like it's stone, just add a few bits there. Now we need a tail, so let's do the tail. So it's going to be a fluffy tail like that. Most tails aren't completely round, but you could do a round one if you like. Then you're going to take your trusty rubber and you're going to go rub this line here, because the leg's in front, so you won't see it. And then you rub whatever's in there. Rub-a-dub. Okay, then you've pretty much got your whole rabbit. All you have to do now, so it's looking a bit sad because I haven't got any whiskers and you want to rub a few other bits out. So you're going to go whiskers. Just create some really cool whiskers. They've got some really long whiskers, rabbits, actually. Now, to make it look more like a rabbit and less like a picture, if that makes sense, you just want to rub out where the ears are. Just rub out there and there, because it makes it look like it is part of its head rather than suddenly we've added it in. And its bottom's looking slightly angular, but that's okay. Everyone's different. Right, now you need to get your paint. So I want to show you how to make a brown. So what you want to do is get your brush, which mine's covered with everything. Get your brush and you're going to dip it in the yellow, dip it in the red, and dip it in the blue. So if you're not ready, just pause it now and then do it. So once you've done it, you're going to get red, yellow and blue on your brush, and we're going to do, it's going to turn into brown as you're doing it. Now my brush is like way chunky, so you might want to do like a lighter one. If it doesn't turn into brown and it's kind of green, then just put some red on top. If you want and you're more confident, you can do it like that. But if you're a bit like, oh, I don't know if it's going to look alright, you could mix the brown on your palette. So again, it's blue, yellow and red. So I've got like a nice light brown now. So you want to just colour different tones, because if it's all the same brown, it almost looks like it doesn't make much sense. I'm dipping my brush in the water to make it more fluid. I like it, it's nice because it creates a more softer, smoother finish on it. So I'm just doing it really basic, just really basic, just like that. And if you want, this is just white. I'm just using white with my brush that I haven't rinsed. So you could literally use your brush like that. Don't worry about rinsing. You could just keep adding. normally the eye inside's white, so just now I'm blending now. So I'm blending, which means I'm blending it in, so you don't know where it starts and you don't know where it begins. Again, this might be slightly tricky, but to be honest with you, you might as well challenge yourself. And if you get something that you're happy with, awesome. And if you don't like it, then you've learned to do it a slightly different way. So there we are. That's really simple, isn't it? So once I've done that, then I'll be like, okay, I want to make it look like it's hair. So you can just get white on your brush and you can literally, I keep saying literally, don't I? You could just create, they're called brush strokes. So you get your brush and you stroke, pretty much. So you can do it here and there. I wouldn't suggest doing it all over because there's no need, but just to show that it's furry, you can do it. You can work into it as well, make it quite dark here and there. So it's up to you how much you want to work into it. When I say work into it, I mean just add different colours. So choose a picture from a magazine maybe that looks like a really cool rabbit that you like, and then you can sort of go from there. So you could use what I'm telling you as a slight guideline. So yeah, that's pretty much my rabbit for now. I quite like that. It's my rabbit for now. You obviously want to go around the little eye. Everyone colours inside the eye by accident, but that's normally like a light colour. So there's my rabbit, and it's going to have a light blue bowl. Da-da-da. Bug's not happy because I've covered his name. But you could just, I'm not even mixing, I'm just getting white and blue, and I'm doing it as I go along, which I really enjoy because sometimes it's nice to have different types of blue. If you find that too difficult, don't worry. You don't have to do it like that. And then I'm going to have some green, which is yellow and blue, because my mum gets confused with, well, everyone that I know actually gets confused at times with what things are, like colour mixing, because it's so simple, but yeah, it's can be quite challenging. Okay, I've got grey, which is black and, let's see, I nearly forgot, black and white, and I'm just going to colour all this in. Now the cool thing, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit messy, the cool thing about paint, especially acrylic paint, don't worry if you haven't got acrylic paint, but if it's acrylic, once you've finished, you can literally, you can get a black felt tip, or you can get something that you feel more confident using, and you can draw over the lines. So you can draw, it's got to be dry, make sure it's dry, otherwise you'll ruin the pen like I've just done. So once it's dry, then you can go over. So don't really want to go over because I'll ruin my pen, but let's pretend. Yeah, don't have it. You could do watercolour pencil actually. Let's pretend this is my pen. So you can go over all your painting bits to make it look really neat. I mean, I'm not doing mine super neat, but it gives you an idea. It says bug, but it's back to front, isn't it? Because of the video. Okay. And then, got to let it dry before you do this. And then, okay, so that's roughly how you do a rabbit. I quite like the blue. Quite like to add a bit of blue. And you can outline the rabbit. Might look quite cool, isn't it? Just going to outline him. Okay, so anyway, you can carry on and on and on and on. But he looks really sweet. I really like him. And you can just play around with the face, perhaps. Play around with the face. Okay, so that's pretty much my rabbit. He looks cute. He's called Bug. Next time, I think I'm going to show you how to do, I think a duck's kind of cool actually. I really like the idea of a duck. Or maybe a swan. Swan would be really cool. So yeah, well done everyone. I'm sure they look awesome. And remember to go on my website, which is aurorashineonline.com. Okay guys, until next time, bye, happy painting.